Welcome to Independent Solutions. Today we're going to go through how to increase your CPI through the host file. So to do this, we go into File, Backup, On Demand Backup, and create a backup location. So I'm going to choose C drive, just for the purpose of this video, and then we click Start to start the process. Now that's going to go through very quickly on this system as I fast forwarded it. However, it may take up to 5 minutes, even a little bit longer, depending on the size of your database. Once it nears the end, it'll compress the backup file so it doesn't take up as much space, and then it will say backup complete. Once done, we move to the next step, which is product lock flags. So on the products, you can have a lock flag that stops the host or other factors updating your sell price. To find it, you go to Reports, Product for lock status, and then we check the lock status itself. So stop host updating cell 1, we click that, click the arrow to indicate to move it to the selected lock flag in the search criteria, then click OK. That'll bring up a report with however many products have that lock flag on them. In this case, we don't have any cigarettes, we have Billy's pastry and things like that. We will demonstrate what to do if you do have cigarettes with lock flags. So you go into the shop file, bring up a product, and we'll update the product from there. So in the shop file, both functions, there's two methods of doing this, both of them are in the shop screen. First is bringing up a product. Like I said, we'll do Coca-Cola 2 liters. Double click on the PLU, change the drop down where it would say stop host updating cell 1, change it to not locked, click OK, save and send that to the tills, or in the search screen pressing spacebar on each product, going into set selected, and from set selected changing the PLU lock flag status and changing it to not locked. So as you can see here, it's already not locked, but that's gone and changed and made sure those products aren't locked. That means once the host goes through, even if you have marked it as increases ticked, it will still update those cells. Now in the default file from Metcache, these aren't ticked, increases and decreases. You need to go through and press spacebar on them. It will ask you if you're sure, you need to click yes. And it will mark them as putting the increase and decrease through. Once you've done the increase and decrease, you need to update the shop file. Just click that, and it will update. That does take a minute, same as the backup. Fantastic, so that's now updated. Now one of the things we need to keep in mind is if that increase and decrease did not get done. Now there's two ways to fix it, one for V5, one for V7. If you're not sure which, go into Setup, System Settings, System Options, go down to Product Hosting as you can see on screen there. We're Metcache V5 in this example. I will show you both. So starting with V5, if you go into File, Fast Price, Mass Cell Update, click Include Increases, Include Decreases, and Evaluate. You can create your price list. So you go through departments, we need to go to SIGs or SIGs and Tobacco. I think it is in this system. There it is, so click it, put it across to selected, click OK. The system's now going to evaluate it. It's found one product that doesn't match the RRP, which is the ranch filters, and it said that it's a decrease because the sell price should be $1.50. Now we don't have too many, that's because we did mark increases and decreases. There would be a lot more if we didn't, and we'd have a lot of up and down depending on whether the sell price is higher or lower than the old sell. Two things to keep in mind with this method. One is if the Metcache supplier isn't current on your product, it will go by whatever is the current supplier. Things like British Tobacco or Philip Morris will take precedence if they're the current, and if you have $0 as the RRP, that's what will go through. Now that's for V5 and V5 only, please be very sure of that. If you are on V7, there is another method through a similar screen by going into File in the top left, Fast Prices again, and then keying Selected Prices. In this screen, what we do is the same as the other. In our departments, go down to our Tobacco and SIGs, move it across to Selected and click OK. What that will do is generate a massive list of every product in that department, and it will give us GPs, cells, costs, things like that. Now we want to deselect all the ones we're not going to be using. So that's things like Woolworths and Coles as competition, UPC, carton cost, normal carton cost, unit cost, all of the stuff that we don't need. More or less to update pricing when increases and decreases were missed is RRP and Cell 1. Now the reason we do that is because it's pretty easy to update these prices, as you can see on screen, but when you get to the line where it's got more than one white editable column, as you're going to see here in a minute, when you go to click enter to move to the next line, it moves it to there, which means you now need to hit enter 4 times to get back to the sell price. If you go and remove those columns, so there's only one white editable field, when you click enter, it will move to the next product, fill out the information, next product, information, next product, and it becomes a very, very quick process. At this point, it's worth mentioning I don't have a save button here. I've got new list and close because I didn't update the sell price on any of these products. However, if you do, you'll get the option to save and or close. You click save to push it through to the sell price change, then you can send it through to the registers. So that's, to recap, V5, mass sell update, V7, key selected prices. Please call us if you have any issues.